I used to go back to read Julian's Twitter page. That was it. The people running Twitter are scumbags. There's no other way around it. Let's see, the pressure's off to cram this in, the under 15-minute thing. So let's look at day 2 of the protests. They took turns flaunting not wearing masks. Just put on the frickin' masks. In real life, people are wearing masks. All this stuff about, who's that guy? Manitalk, went, the flu. These people are paid fakes. The only reason they're going without masks is because they're getting tested. They're fake flaunting, going with no masks. No one's going to go without a mask and sit with others like that and stand with others like that. No. I'm around a few people without masks because it's called we live together. We know the other people do not have the COVID. It's called a pandemic. Wow. How could Magnus be there? On what planet is bringing this Magnus guy back? That doubling down and ginning up never works. Fake it till you make it has better odds. They had fake singers at the end. I think they're mimicking. But you can't just show up and sing. I've seen other people try it. They think, oh, if that Tokyo Shemp guy can sing, he thinks he can sing. But anyone can sing. No. It doesn't work that way. It's the same thing with that Oprah thing where she goes, da 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 da, or whatever she's doing. And now everyone else is trying to do it. Da, 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 da. No, it doesn't work that way. I already said that. In regards to the statistics, I was doing quite well. I was getting 50 views here, 100 views there. I seem to be getting a consistent 10 to 20 views for a minimum. Then all of a sudden, my new one on the fake protest got like 0 views, 1 view. I'm like, what? No way can that be true. I noticed that on my blog a little bit before I stopped blogging, my DFQ2 blog. The stats would go out of control. It seemed like the proverbial deep state was doing some type of experiment on myself. Like, let's see how he writes when he has a fake audience. And then we'll pull the audience away from under his feet for a metaphor. And then that should finally break the spirit of the counter COINTELPRO movement. That's them saying that, not me. I'm part of the counter COINTELPRO movement. Okay, we're almost done with the notes. I took a closer look at this Jackson Hankel guy. I was wrong. He does have tardive dyskinesia. I took a closer look at Franco. I found this video of him, and he has it very bad. I thought he was about 25 or whatever. His face is already done. Why is every person in that COINTELPRO racket, why do they all have damaged faces? I'm not trying to hurt their feelings. I don't know these people. I am against COINTELPRO with every fiber of my being. This is nothing personal. I don't even hate H.A. Goodman. I said in the last video that it feels like I'm punching down on H.A. Goodman. I don't know how someone like myself can say that, but I did. Well, I do know how someone like me said it because I am me, and I said it. I'm speaking of people not only in the today, but I'm speaking of folks deep into the future, like 50, 100 years. I know what I'm up to. In 50 to 100 years, they'll be saying that, yeah, that guy did have that degree from that Irish university, but he was humble about it. And out of nowhere, he started singing, and somehow he pulled it off. But I'm jumping ahead like 50 to 100 years. Okay, we got a little redneck on redneckonomics. I didn't say redneck. Forget the redneck part. I don't know if that's a pejorative or something, or I shouldn't use that word. I have Asperger's. I cannot help this. It's like Tourette's of the mind. Okay, I've got in quotes. Right, redneckonomics goes, we had a great crew out there. She was talking about the fake protest. She called it a crew. Telling you I could go 24 hours, 7 days a week, just poking holes at their body language and how they give away the shop.
I just wanted to touch on, the marches that happened today, the Clovers for Assange and the Fuck Censorship March. And so we had, great crew out there. Slow News Day, Convo Couch, War Media, Franco Analysis. They were all out there, and and just other people too.
They give away the show that they're fake. So she said we had a great crew out there, and then she goes through the roster. They all do that on every show of theirs. They think we're dumb. They think the targets are dumb. They're like, look at these idiot targets who are into Corbett and David Icke. They think you're morons. They think we're morons. Not you. I don't. There's no you. It's me. Sometimes one can come up with a royal we. What? I might go more than 30 minutes? I cannot afford to go more than 30 minutes. I can go over 15 minutes. This will become a two-parter. Oh, and then Redneck Economics. She goes, and other people too. It wasn't just the crew. So these people like her and Glory Jones and Misty, whatever, all of them, they say something stupid. They realize that the military boot is in their mouth, so they extricate it. Today's word is extricate. But the thing is so lodged in there that there's nothing they can do about it. They just make it worse. Doubling down and ginning up is the opposite of the George Washington, I cut down the cherry tree. I cannot tell a lie, that shtick. It's always best to come clean. That's why there's like Me Too movements, and even before then, 10, 20 years ago, there were all these like people would write books saying, and I experienced this, and I went through this, and blah, blah, blah. Sometimes they went la di da da, etc., so forth. And all the rest of it, you knew that was coming. Not you. The royal we knew that was coming. Maybe I should just make a 2-hour album of cover songs, put it on YouTube, and then I become like the 50-year-old Justin Bieber, the sensation off of the, it goes viral. Or more likely, I get a virus. Oh, so in my Smarty Pants notes, I ask, in response to Redneck Economics talking about the crew, not the flu. So I'm asking, is Magnus part of the crew? Of course, now Magnus is part of their crew. It doesn't get more ridiculous than that. I've got a note down here of a timestamp. It's actually the best part, in my honest opinion. Redneck Economics is saying the best part of all this is when we're saying F the 3-letter groups. She's like, F them and F this and F that. And Mindy said the same thing. She was like, wasn't it great? Even if no one showed up, it was just really fun to say F the 3-letter groups. Right? Like, let's all say that. Is that what they want? They want the targets to identify themselves.
But I was talking about how by the end of the march, my favorite part was the end of the march, and they're just marching around going, "Fuck Fox News, fuck CNN, fuck the CIA, fuck the FBI, fuck this, fuck that," which is awesome because I mean, literally, there's so many things that you could say that about right now. You know, I don't know, fuck poverty, fuck endless wars, you know, fuck lockdowns, a lot of things, a lot of things to say, but yeah.
See, my idea has always been to step to the plate and to be the guy, to be the activist, to be the real person that they are faking as. So I've been saying F them, F this, and apparently they might be backing off with the excessive gaslighting program going on throughout the internet. I'm not sure, but I'm starting to get feelings, tingly feelings of intuition that the militaries, the Western militaries now realize that they took the simulation a bit too far. The actions and outcomes things, where they're driving narratives. They've got influencer nodes. Eglin Air Force Base put out a document explaining how they're doing it. They called it something like containment of the trolls. Us trolls were getting too powerful. When it becomes clear that any one person can put together a shtick, then that means Hollywood's done, the medium's done, the publishers are done, everything is done, everything is flattened, everything does become a nonviolent anarchy. I've really got to wrap this up. And that won't be too difficult to wrap it up. I've got on the ground in quotes. I'm not sure where that came from, but that's the Mindy channel. I think she calls it Facts on the Ground. It's a takeoff on Boots on the Ground. These people are military. They consistently use military phrases. Force the Vote was one of those paid fake operations. I'm now looking back and noticing stuff that I didn't care about then. I don't even care about it now, but I did finally see some of that fake fighting going on between Tim Black and Jimmy Dore. And I guess it's based on the constant attacks on the squad, especially AOC and her buddies, the other people. So Tim Black, who I think is a paid fake and in on it, he's doing a fake pushback on them. It's a cycle. It's a loop. I called it demented medium loops. Fake fights have always been used to throw us off. They don't want us noticing that they're a crew and that it's a big frickin' crew with hundreds of people in it and then no names. So it could be definitely into the thousands of fake channels out there, including the big names that we know like Elwood and Jimmy Dore. Those are agents. I've got, Franco was involved in pushing that stuff. I did find the video on him, and he's acting like a junkie in one of them. He's saying we must protect the people from Cenk Uygur and TYT. So I dropped him a comment. I dropped him a few comments. Maybe I'll read through those a little bit. No, I won't read through those. I'll just leave them up there, and people can look at them at their own pace if they're interested. I've got in quotes for being honest. So Franco did a fake exposing of TYT. I think that was from a couple weeks ago. He keeps punching at AOC. I've got one last note here. I forget what it refers to. I have our side in quotes. And I wrote down COINTELPRO. I first learned of COINTELPRO in college, undergrad. There was a poster up it was either for a lecture being done by Noam Chomsky, or it was a video, a movie, a documentary he was involved in. I learned about COINTELPRO through Noam Chomsky. Chandra called him Norm Chomsky. I got lucky. I was there. I saw it. Took a copy of it. And there's your proof that she's a paid fake, that whole racket is a scam, which is a racket, so I'm sort of repeating myself, racket scam. I like to call it a racket scam, that way I'm able to use more words without sounding too repetitive.
But a lot of them have done that to me. Naomi Klein,
yes,
Noam Chomsky,
yeah.
Gloria Allbright. There's all these people that I look to, and
yeah, it's just like, really? So
it's not scary to me, guys. Like, remember, I used to work in a data center where I used to have to talk to the FBI every day.
They told me they're FBI, so I went outside and talked with them. We talked for about 20 minutes. They're pretty friendly. I like them. Hopefully I can't reveal their names. They don't want me taking a picture just for their protection. So I didn't. So I can't really verify to you that we had a conversation or not, but it was basically because of my Facebook posts.